what makes you think, okay, that investors in GCash or those in your platform are ready for investing directly into the stock market?
I think our platform is very robust. At the same time, we have good partners in AB Capital and in PSE. There's a lot of opportunities to be unlocked in just giving access to everyone, to at least every one of the GCash subscribers, and making experience easier and more seamless. That alone already unlocks a lot of opportunities.
That's what I want to know. How seamless is it going to be? What's your, dream or ideal way in which this will be user friendly? Do I just go just the same way that I can pay with my QR code, just the same way that I can transfer money in real time? Can I invest in stocks in real time? Will there be, this ability? Because right now I need to call a broker. It takes a certain amount of days for money to be transferred. How much quicker is it going to be with GCash?
So just like in any other services of GCash, we strive for DIY, right?
Okay.
Do it yourself. And of course, to answer your question, yes, you can do trading real time. And because in GCash, most of our subscribers are actually KYC'd.
Okay.
Then if you're KYC'd, a portion of what needs to be, of the data that is needed is already there.
Okay.
So we just have to surface that, and you just have to give your consent. Right? So
to
very
clarify,
seamless.
Yeah, the KYC, tapos na. As long as you're on the platform, there's no extra layer to be done to be able to invest.
I think PSE requires more data. Okay. So what we'll have to do is as I said, these are details, no? But sort of like we pre-fill up the information that we have, and then you just have to confirm, and then you add what else is needed. So those types of things. I mean, these are the usual ways by which we try to make it easy for our customers to avail of our products.
Ma'am, a lot was discussed on financial education and literacy, no? And still, especially me, when I interview normal people, they really think that investing in the stock market is a form of gambling or making money very quick. How can we change this misconception and make people think more long-term, more fundamental in using their money?
We've had experience in G-Invest when we launched the funds and when we expanded the offerings of funds inside G-Invest. So the way we did it before is we do both consumer marketing and expert marketing. So we tap the experts to talk about these things, to educate people, and we tap different experts to target different segments. Because different customer segments would also be more open to understanding different types of experts, right? So for those who are really in the basic customers who want to know the basics of trading, we have experts for that. So we utilize different forms of media to do education, whether it's a video, short form video. We also do TikTok. We also do YouTube. So it's in understanding our customers in a deep way that we get to customize education for them.
Okay, so if I go on the GCash platform in G-Stocks, what you've called it, will I be able to have these videos, this information on the stocks specifically that I want to invest in? To what level of, and is there some sort of customer help, if I'm a newbie?
Definitely there will be information about the stocks. As to the level of detail or the extent of education in that platform, inside the platform, maybe we'll have to edit it out and we'll have to link you out in another platform, right? Because we utilize YouTube, we utilize in TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, those things.
So hindi naman kailangan.
Hindi naman kailangan. Oh, right, diba? But definitely there's information about what you're going to invest in. And this is just the first. I can't, of course, reveal all of the plans that we have, but it's exciting. As I said, when we do a service, we're there for the long haul. And what we do is we have a roadmap of innovations that will hopefully help ordinary Filipinos and entice them to trade successfully, invest successfully, and grow their money successfully with GCash.
Ma'am, what is the minimum amount that, of course, now you need to iron out the details, but how much money should people expect to save or have to be able to invest in stocks, and what type of fees are they supposed to be expecting? Should this be comparable to other types of online platforms? Will you be more competitive?
For now, we're looking at maintaining the status quo on the fees, 0.25% or 20 pesos, whichever is higher. At the same time, on the minimum amount, I think if you look at the stocks now with the board lot sizes, you can invest as low as like 500 plus.
Okay.
But those things are being ironed out still. Of course, like in GInvest, in our funds, we went as low as $1 for local funds, right? So hopefully we can do the same in our other products.
Sir, give our audience here, of course, a lot of our audience are retail investors, no? And some of them are interested in starting or dipping their feet. Give us an idea of how the past few years have been for retail investing. Has it become more accessible, more inclusive, as you've mentioned earlier?
Okay, like in many countries, the lockdowns during the pandemic, where people had little else to do and were at their homes, did stimulate some activity, some desire for families, for people, individuals to start getting to know how to invest in the stock market. If I recall right, I think the percent of all turnover in the stock market pre-pandemic was only 9%. And at the beginning of this year, it reached a high of about 30%.
Okay.
And this is more in line with what you see, say, in places like Thailand. But retail has a long way to go here.
Why is that? What are the bottlenecks keeping us from leaping and tapping into the 109 million strong population?
Well, the first is, as you mentioned in your question upstairs earlier, is really lack of savings.
Okay.
Most families, a lot of families at least, don't have much left over after they pay for their basic necessities. But that tends to change very fast in a country at our level that is growing 5-6% a year. A middle class emerges. Once they have savings, your remaining bottleneck becomes access,
Okay.
which is what the GCash initiative, the G-Stocks initiative is trying to address.
What about literacy? What level of financial literacy have we achieved in present years?
Probably very little, because I think even basic literacy has been declining in this country. But again, like if you look at comparable countries, I cited India earlier, for example. In Thailand, the growth was very fast. It doesn't take much.
Okay.
I mean, people here clearly are looking for alternative means to make money, to augment their wages. So you see them getting into even isabong, even at the lowest level, even lotto, for instance. And at least stock market investing, the odds are actually better. And stock market investing, unlike sabong, where if there's a winner, there must be a loser. With stocks, everybody can win. And it serves a much more productive purpose, really, than just ordinary gaming.
Sir, what would this change, this partnership with GCash, compared to what you have right now, which you already mentioned? You even have an online platform, as I understand. So people are able to online invest already. Why is there a need for another e-wallet to be participating in the platform?
Well, it's all about access. No? Access is a two-way thing. Just as customers don't have access to brokers, brokers don't have access to ordinary customers out there. Currently, the biggest retail broker has maybe 500,000 accounts.
Okay.
And it's not for lack of trying. Now, once we get onto the GCash platform, automatically you have potentially 67 million customers there. And if you get even just 1% of that 67 million, you've got...
That's huge.
Yes.
Sir, I think the question was posed already earlier in terms of how much will you be contributing here in terms of content? Of course, we know as a brokerage, you will be the one brokering the transactions. But what about in hand-holding those that have never really done this before? Because the advantage of calling your broker, at least for me traditionally, is they tell you it's a good deal. They tell you at what prices, they give you this information. In this way, will it be less personal and maybe less educational or specific, direct, compared to going directly to ABCAP?
Well, we will do whatever we can to assist the customer. No? So it's really up to how much the customer wants. I think typically millennials, who could be a large part of the target market here, they really prefer online communication rather than personal communication via phone. But nobody is stopping them from calling one of our helplines, and we will be ready. In terms of providing content via educational talks, say features on certain companies, again, we have hired specific people from competitors who have experience to provide that too.